Well, hello everyone. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics and Ed's Picking Up Cichlids coming to you this live Tuesday evening on SLC Aquatics. How's everybody doing tonight? How you doing, Ed?
Doing great. As we were talking, much better than I was last year at this time.
Yes, you've been through quite a battle, haven't you?
Yeah,
You want to tell anybody about it while people are rolling in here, or you want to give it a few more minutes?
we can wait a few minutes.
Hey, Paul McCarthy came in. Hey, Paul, how you doing? And Chew, hello, Chew. Good to see you. He doesn't say much in chat, but he tries to hang out with me whenever I go live. It's been a couple weeks. I don't know, maybe a month. I've been busy at the church. Matter of fact, we just had another death. uh, Death number 6 or 7 within from the month first part of March. Yep. And one week we had 2 funerals in one week. But, the Lord's coming for us one at a time sometimes, and some things are beyond our control.
Yeah,
But it's good to be alive forever, however long. I think we've lost a couple fish fam members. Madul, we had to say goodbye to him. I think 20 or 21 years old, and he was at school, and they found him unresponsive. And then I don't know the young lady's name. Stephen P. was explaining, um, or might have been Rika Stan. Rika Stan's good about reaching out and finding out who's passed away or who's sick and different things going on. Hey, the Zen Ginger came in. Good. Good to have everybody with us. Rod's been doing really good in his tanks. Matter of fact, his look much better than mine do right now. He just moved his 40-gallon underneath of his big screen TV so he can watch TV or the aquarium. And he bought another beta. This one is a full moon. Um, it's red fins with a green turquoise body. And he's got that in a 10-gallon right beside his armchair, his recliner. So he's using his pencil to teach it to flare and teach it to, it already knows where the feeder hole is. But my 40 needs complete overhaul. I've sold the angels that were in it. Still got the gold barbs. And I took his blue polar parrot cichlid out of his 40 because his little fishes were disappearing one at a time. So the cichlid was having lunch when they went to sleep. Hello, Melvin. I'm Legacy LLC. Let's see. Are they talking about T-Bone? Peter is someone from the family that I grew to know. I miss him dearly and his partner, Patricia. I didn't know them too well, but I do remember the name T-Bone.
I lost a good friend in the fish hobby, Rosario Lacourt. I don't know if you know him. He's,
Okay, that was a guy and not a
yes,
girl. Okay,
yeah, that was a
Rosario.
guy.
That's the one I
Yeah,
was.
I was over his house many a times, and he started out breeding neon tetras, and then
Mm.
then he got in everything. He was in his 90s when he passed.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he
Well,
was at North Jersey Aquarium Club with me when I was belonged up there for like 30 years.
okay. That's the person I thought it was the person Rosario.
Yeah,
I never saw the face and the name together.
right.
So God bless the family and swim in peace, my friend.
Yeah,
Amen. Yeah, Skull's saying Rosario Lacourt, a true legend. And he was in his 90s when he passed.
yes, yeah,
That's that's a good, rich life and a lot of legacy. Um, Does
Yeah,
he have any children that takes on the hobby?
I don't think any of his. I don't think so. No, I don't. In fact, I'm not even sure what his kids. If he had, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think his kids got into hobby like a lot of the other hobbyist kids in North Jersey.
Skull says there's a great podcast of him on Aquarius podcast channel. Okay, thank you. I'll look it up. He did some great podcasts with some great fish people.
Yeah,
Um, I don't remember his name. Is it Joshua or could be Tommy? I don't remember a Aquarius podcast guy's name. Tell me, Skull, what's his name? Skull knows a lot, and so does the Zen Ginger.
and then we also lost Wayne Leibel last year.
Wayne,
Yeah,
I didn't know him.
yeah,
Did
he was
I?
a professor, and he was a big cichlid. He was into cichlids, and when I was a member of the ACA, I've been a member for years,
Mm-hmm.
and he got me to take over the membership one year when one of the guys had to drop off suddenly, and that was crazy taking over. I mean, it's an international club, you know.
Oh wow, yes.
It was a lot of work. I
Oh
did it
wow.
for the rest of the year, which was like 8, 9 months, and I'm glad they found somebody after that. You know,
I salute you.
it was a lot of work.
Oh. Lee says, I have dreams where I can breathe in water. Anyone else is odd. Just need to breathe really slow, and all is fine in my dreams. Love it. And it's a shame to wake up. I don't dream about breathing in the water, but as a child, I used to levitate and fly through the house, and I could almost feel my feet come up behind me when I'm flying. And of course, that too is a place where our subconscious takes us for peace.
Right.
So Lee's got he's turned into one of his fish and breathing water. That's cool. Zen Ginger says Rosario LaCourte on the Aquarius podcast channel. She's sharing the link. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Zen Ginger.
Let's see.
Um, and I don't have to look it up. Thank you, Zen Ginger. Randy Reed is the host of the Aquarius podcast channel.
Yes.
Thank you, Skull. Fishy Fish Lady Holly is in the house. Hey, Holly, welcome to the live stream tonight. Ed and I welcome everyone into the live stream, and we're just reminiscing a little bit, calling names in memorial of those that we've had to say goodbye to. Lee says he's had the flying dreams too. Oh, we're spiritual partners. Melvin says, my friend of the saltwater community back in 2019, Dave's nano tank passed away. Yes, I think I remember that in 2019. And of course, I know we've lost so many, and to call names right now is not fair. But if anybody, hey, Brad's from Tuscaloosa here. Ed, how you doing, Brad? It's a long time no see. Uh, if anybody's been to the website lately, slcaquatics.org, I've redone a lot of it. I took the forum down. I took the members registry off because I was being hacked by Russians like crazy. One day I spent an hour and a half deleting over 600 entries,
Wow.
of people registering at my website. So I'm like, no matter what securities that I had, and I didn't have the capta whatever that feature is for security, but they have another feature that I had activated and it was not blocking them. And so I redid some of the resources that's on my resource page. My current events are really hurting because I'm not active enough to see who's doing what. I think The fish club there in Pennsylvania just met. Lancaster.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
I wasn't there, but I saw it. Yes.
Yeah, Susie. I think Susie Q
Susie does
participates.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Zen, for sharing my links. And Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. Hello, Jeff. How are you doing? You changed your name, Empire of Dirt Aquatics. That's cool. CAPTCHA, yes, Zen Ginger, which stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart. LOL. Yep. Thank you for that. I'm one of the self-taught computer people, so I don't even know how to properly pronounce things. Oh. So Ed is a cichlid guy, but he's also a shrimp guy.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm going to say it wrong. Neocardina and Cardinia
Yes.
shrimp. Did I
Yep.
say that correct?
Neocaridina and
Caradina.
Paradina shrimp.
Yeah. All right.
I and the whole time this past year when I wasn't feeling well, I hardly did water changes. I just was setting up a few tanks at a time because I tore down my whole fish room and started over. And my neos were breeding like crazy, and which are the easiest ones to breed. And then the Caradinas took off, and now the neos stopped breeding, and the Caradinas are like breeding like crazy. Every tank I have, I think I have 14 or 15 different Caradinas, and I probably have 50 to a couple hundred in 10-gallon tanks.
Well, you said you have a website now, but do you have any of those species listed anywhere?
No, I don't have anything out there yet. I'm waiting until I get my store out there before I finish my website. So
Okay. So it's
probably be by June the 1st. I hope to have a store up there.
okay.
And it's
And
called
what's
fishwifesfishroom.com.
Fish Wife's Fish
Room.com.
Room, Fish Room, Fish Wife's Fish Room. And I'm going to blow your picture up so you can show everybody your logo
Oh, okay.
and explain.
Let's,
Yeah.
my daughter made me this logo. It has two fish, and we both have our wedding band on. It's my wife and I, supposedly. I'm the catfish looking one, and she's the red fish.
The Red Terror.
Yeah. Well, she
I
actually
wa-
liked parrotfish. I think it was supposed to be a parrot, but
okay. Sorry, Marianne.
that's okay. So we just recently got a whole bunch of shirts in and
Well,
jackets and hats and everything. So they're going
congratulations.
to be out there too for sale once we get it all going up sometime in June. So hopefully by the first.
Lee Wilcox says, Ed, your daughter has a talent, mate.
I know. I was surprised. I was stunned. I didn't even know she could do that.
That is cool. It really
She gave
is.
it to me at Christmas. I was
And
like,
then with the wedding bands on each left fin, that is just precious.
it's
That's
great.
such a personal customization.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
So
I'm
we'll be
hoping to
what?
have up some of my Plecos and um, definitely a lot of shrimp. I'm trying to build up my stock again. I have a lot. I love Limia type of live bearers, Limia live bearers,
Uh huh.
and I've got like 4 or 5 different kinds. So every time I go to a place, I pick up
Look at
whatever
what I
there's
found.
Limias. I grab them. Any kind of the rare live bearers. So
That is so cool.
yeah, these are all my pictures. So out there.
Yeah, I think the Zen Ginger posted the link, and so I clicked on it, and I said, I'm going to share it. So he's
Just a
not
little
really
page.
selling anything from the website right now, guys. But um, you know, he said hopefully in June.
Yeah, my wife's
That's
been a big supporter of my hobby. So
well, you've been to Peru twice or
just the
once.
once. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
if anybody wants to read those articles, he shared part one and part two in the blog at in the newsletters on my website. So go check out everything he caught and his haul home.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I want to do it again, but don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of rough. So we'll see.
we got
I always
KJE Aquatics in the house. Hey, Keith,
I always wanted to go to one of the lakes in Africa, Malawi or Tanganyika too.
that would
And
be interesting.
yeah, I know Pam Chen. I don't know if you know Pam
I've
Chen.
heard of her, yes.
Yeah, she goes all the time. She's always there. She puts up videos all the time. So I'd love to go with her. So,
Well, put it
but
on your bucket list.
it is, yeah.
Great, great, great. The Fish Loft is here. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Empire of Dirt Aquatics is saying hi to Melvin and Lee. Fish Mania Chattanooga. Hello there. How are you doing? I know your name. I'm old now, I'm 65. So I watch him on Facebook all the time. He's been redoing the fish room up there and he does his live unboxing and everything. I know your name, sweetheart. Forgive me. But welcome to the live stream. Anything going on in Chattanooga recently? I know there's several new fish rooms here in Alabama, and the fish the fish club that I worked with a couple years ago, trying to get off the ground. They're finally starting to meet. I haven't made it to any of the meetings yet, but it's the Greater Birmingham Aquarium Society here in Birmingham, Alabama. But we've got, of course, we have, um, like I said, I'm just too tired anymore and don't have the mind. I don't have the memory. Hey, Mark Sturlson, how are you doing? I pray that you're continuing to heal and fight that C word. Fishmania says historically, Alabama is the dead zone for the hobby, so it's good to hear that there are some good growth. Yes, it's finally trying to get off the ground. We still don't have any organized officers or anything like that, but they're starting to meet and swap and um, get to know one another in the hobby. So I think that's the best thing to do is to start on a friendly basis. Don't make it so formal. Don't worry about all the logistics and everything. Just come, share the hobby with each other, and find that camaraderie. We all need someone to hang out with. I think that's part of my problem, even though Rod's picked up, the hobby. I'm very, very proud of him. He's outdoing me. He uh he does his water checks and sends me the pictures on the phone, and I tell him what's going on in his water chemistry and what he needs to do. And when he moved the aquarium, I got a 500 uh what is it, gallons per second GPS pump, and we emptied it within, I don't know, 40 minutes. We emptied it down to an inch of water, inch and a half, where we didn't have to remove the fish. And then he had a friend come help move the aquarium over, and then I had him uh, filling it 50% and adding the dechlorinator. And then after he got it 50% full, I had him add the other part of the chlorinator while he was filling it to the top. And I didn't. He didn't have to do that because the API product you can't overdose with that. I think you can overdose with some chemicals under different manufacturers, but you might know better than I do, Ed.
Yeah, some of them you can, but
Is
most
safe
of the time,
okay?
yeah, most of the time it's okay. I
Yeah.
mean,
What am I missing in the
especially with
conversation?
the chlorine out.
Hey, Dina, Everything Aquatic came in and she's got a spring sale going on right now. So, Dina, I'm going to go over and look for your website right quick. And even though Ed is my guest, I'm still, let me see. There we go. She's got, she's one of my sponsors, so I hope you don't mind me coming over here. And she's got great sales on these angelfish. If anybody wants some of these expensive angelfish, the I can't pronounce it, Paraiba Veil angelfish, the platinum pearl scale, the lemon pleco she's got. She's done a big cut on the jumbo Bulgarian seal point angelfish. And then don't forget her food products. Her food products are just okay, they're sold out. The Filipino blues are sold out. All right, that's good to hear.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep, but she's got a spring sale to the end of April. So go over there, buy your food. I'm getting ready to order me some pellets and wafers and tropical flakes and some beta foods. But anyway, some of my favorite food products is Dina's at Everything Aquatic. Welcome to the live stream, sweetheart. We got Ramphonic in the house. Welcome to the live stream.
So Susan, my club, Delaware County Aquarium Society,
Yes.
in the beginning of this month, we had Father Fish speak at our meeting.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, he was pretty good. It was interesting. I never really got into that dirted aquariums, and stuff like that.
Yep. What is it? An inch of dirt and 2 inches of sand
Yeah,
and
yeah.
lots of plants.
Takes it's I don't have time for that. It takes too long to set that up, and he's talking 5 years, to get it going, and I'm like,
Well, I didn't start mine with the dirt. Mine had gravel, like in the tank behind me here.
mm-hmm,
And I added 2 inches of pool filter sand in one aquarium. And then the other one, I added the Tractor Supply sandblasting
right, yeah,
sand. And the only problem I've ever found with that is it gets too compressed. And
yeah, it does,
um, if you don't stir that up every once in a while, at least an inch of the surface to
yeah,
get it builds up this horrible
mm-hmm,
brown moam, and I'm probably still overfeeding my aquariums. But I was able with all of my dirted 2 inch sand aquariums. I had, I think, 9 at one time. I could go on a 2 week vacation and never lose a fish. They didn't get
right,
skinny. They didn't get sick.
yeah,
And if I lost a guppy one time, and he was probably an old gentleman that passed away. But I had my plecos breed like crazy, the albino bristlenose plecos,
right,
and the 40 breeder that I have downstairs is not set up like that at all. It's set up with Eco Complete in the two back corners,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the front center, kind of like an upside down horseshoe,
Right.
um, is all gravel. And so I'm having problems with my Amazon swords that I bought from Petco. They want to melt. I got to put root tabs in there for them, even in the Eco Complete. But
Wow.
any aquarium that I had either an inch of gravel and 2 inches of sand in, I, I just had to keep root feeding plants like the Amazon swords. I bought some hydrophila.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, I don't know what species. It was the narrow leaf one, and had some red on the leaf. Excuse me. I bought some of them, and they went crazy in Rod's aquarium. They've melted back in my tank because my tank, like I said, is covered in duckweed. Nothing gets enough light for any photosynthesis to go on. And so blackbeard algae has taken over that aquarium severely. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to salvage the sponge filter because it's nothing but a hairy beast.
Yeah, we had that at my work. You know, where I work. I work at Pets Plus, and we had that in our 180 bow front, and
I was going to say it shows up in one aquarium and
we
just
could
goes,
not get rid of it. I
couldn't get.
tore the whole tank down. That's the only way to do it. I mean, it just no matter what I get in there, I threw Grammys in there. They were taking care of it. Then they stopped. Then I threw um, Rosy Barbs. They work a lot. They'll eat
Yeah.
that. Nope. After a while, it came back again, and it just was crazy. I couldn't.
Well, they say an increase of phosphorus is what causes that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And sometimes it's in the food that we feed, and sometimes it's in your substrate and you don't know it.
yeah,
And I assume it came in with my Eco Complete because of all of the nutrients that they load that up with,
yeah,
for your plants. And then because I feed the same foods to every aquarium, and that's the only aquarium that came up with the blackbeard algae
yeah,
that is just everywhere. It's covered my sponge filter, every rock. It's all down front now where the plecos and the barbs have tore it loose. So now it's like black clouds just floating around like
yeah.
dust bunnies.
We
Oh,
haven't had it back since I tore the tank down. So hopefully it'll stay away.
oh, I'm going to go up and chat a little bit when we were talking about overdosing um, IP, API, dechlorinator, and prime and stuff.
Right.
They said you can overdose with prime and safe, Keith said at KJE Aquatics. And let's see, prime, he said mostly. He said prime and safe will deplete the dissolved oxygen. And so that's what they were talking about. It'll deplete the dissolved oxygen if you overdose it. And so a lot of times people are not aware of, I just did a water change. Why are my fish dying or gulping for oxygen when you may have overdosed your dechlorinator and you actually need to do another water change, but don't add any dechlorinator this time, or increase the oxygenation. Yeah, the oxygen in your tank.
Right.
Um,
That's all I use in my fish room is safe.
okay. I got started with API because of the easy dosing.
Right.
The caps measured.
Yeah.
I can't go wrong. Somebody's asking about ACCR. Is that a misspell or is that a product that I'm not familiar with? I'm
I
not
don't know.
familiar with that.
Not familiar either with it.
You can, let's see, you have to use a lot to overdose prime, but yes, you can. And the stronger the concentration, the less oxygen you have available in the water column, I think. Yep. And Dina is just reiterating that she is running sales store wide. Some products are marked down and other discount based on order total. Okay. Um, they're playing. Um, let's see. So everybody that's more experienced than me do agree that you can overdose prime and safe because it will deplete the oxygen in the aquarium. So be very careful with your dosing. Eco Complete is just inert lava stone, basically. Yeah, but they do add um, beneficial bacteria and other minerals, I think, don't they,
Yes.
in the water? And then a lot of sand has phosphate in it. Yeah, I've heard that too. So I don't have any sand in that aquarium. So that's not the culprit in my 40 breeder. The same here with the duckweed. Our local fish store had the same issue. Duckweed somehow blew in and it caused them chaos. Yeah, I cannot get rid of the duckweed in my 40 breeders. So what I'm getting ready to do is scoop out as much as I can and put them in my 40-gallon tub outside. Oh, I've got baby shabumpkins. So I took the babies
Great.
out of the 150 and put the babies in I have two babies in the 40 breeder, I mean the 40-gallon pond outside. But during the winter, my pumps went out. So the duckweed was just sitting pretty on top of that 40-gallon. And as soon as I cleaned the pump and started the pump back up, the duckweed started dying. So, one thing that gets rid of duckweed is a lot of water movement. Duckweed does not like a lot of water movement. So, I need to increase the water movement. I probably get a couple um what are those pumps called? Circulating pumps for your aquarium. Um I know what they're called. Somebody
Uh,
help me out. Power pumps?
Power pumps. Yeah.
Power head pumps.
Power heads. Yeah.
And after I scoop out as much duckweed as I can and get the blackbeard algae out, that tank will start looking a little bit better. And then I'll replant some of my hydrophila in there because I've got them floating in the 40 right now. And am I missing anything? Fritz, ACCR. Okay. Yeah. I know Fritz, but I didn't know ACCR. Okay. I use it for shrimp acclimation because I heard it was a little more gentle than prime. Is that true? Have you heard that, Ed?
The Fritz. Some people say it is, but
And
I haven't heard
you just use safe there.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Um Marianne's came in. Okay, hey Marianne, where you at? I missed you.
Of course.
There she is. I like your guest.
Yeah. I guess so. Huh?
That's sweet. Good to see you, Marianne. Oh, KJE Aquatics says all we use here for water chemicals is Fritz stuff. You may have heard I represent them at shows sometimes. LOL. Yes. And thank you, Skull. Powerheads. Yes. Wave makers. Yes, Lee.
Susan, she should have put Fish Wife on there when she joined instead
Yes,
of
she should
Marianne.
have. Yep. Go back and change that. Oh, that's sweet. Yep. She's going to have to get official, right? Hey,
That's
Chris
it.
Howell. Good to have you with us. Welcome to the live stream. Power hitter, wave maker. Yes, thank you guys. And and that will definitely kill the duckweed. I put my dwarf cichlid multifasciatus
Uh huh.
cichlids. I put them on dark on dark sand instead of white sand, and they darkened up. And they're like little brown cichlids swimming around in the water column, and they're adorable. I at first, I think I put Caribsea sand in there, and I
Uh-huh.
thought it was going to be too coarse for them. They have built a 6-inch wall in front of the glass where I cannot see in 6 inches in one corner. They've
Jeez.
pulled it up, and but I have all males in there. I don't have not one
Uh,
little female. I got 5 little males, and then the guppy grass that was given to me was maybe um I don't know, about 6 inches long when he can't remember if I bought the fish or we traded. But anyway, they came with the cichlids.
uh-huh.
And now I have a bush of guppy grass, and the roots are reaching down into the sand. It is so, I love it. I love to
Tons of
see
it. I
nature
know. I have
just
a
take,
shrimp tank with it, and it's just covered. You can't even see in there.
wow.
I
And
just
you know,
they're
they're
breeding like crazy, so I'm
breeding.
like just leaving it like that.
Yep, they're breeding and the babies are growing. Yep.
You were talking about the changing colors. I had these yellow Neolamprologus lalupis.
Yes.
I put them in a tank that had black sand, and they darkened up. They were like the brownish looking things.
Isn't that
Finally,
something?
I had to get them out of there and put them
Because you
into a
wanted the
tank with
color.
white sand because
Yeah.
it was like they, I'd never seen them. They were so beautiful, and I dropped them in there. They looked like these brown things. I'm like, and they were breeding, but I was like, no, you're gonna breed in another tank.
Yep. 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 That's one thing that because these had a touch of yellow on the edge of their uh, dorsal fin and
Uh,
anal fin, but I don't see that color at all anymore. And their stripes got darker. They almost look like barbs instead of cichlids. But one day I may change it out to white sand again.
it's crazy how gravel will change the colors in fish.
Well, my salt and pepper corridora, they used to do the
Uh,
same thing on white gravel or white sand. They almost lost their color and just became a little bit of like white pepper instead of black pepper.
yes,
But on darker substrates, they get their nice, good color. Oh, KJE says, okay, Marion says, I'm driving or I would. She would change her name. But be
uh,
careful, dear.
don't do it while you're driving.
No, 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 no. KJE says it's good stuff, the Sin Ginger. I like them for the simple fact that they are big, but like a small company, if that makes sense. I can call them and talk to the boss if I need to discuss a problem, whatever. I guess he's talking about Fritz. So you got Fiona in there.
Yeah, she came in.
She heard us talking about Mama.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I have 130-pound Akita. Right?
She can't get up on your lap, can she?
Nah, maybe tilt it. Let's see if we can see her.
Hi, Fiona.
Yeah, look up.
Hey, big girl. Look at her little white goatee.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Huh? Oh, Freaky Fish Lady Holly says she cannot grow duckweed. Her cichlids and goldies love it. Yep. Yep. They will eat duckweed. So that's what I do. I take my duckweed
Yeah.
outside to the 40 because the 40, I may have to put some kind of valve adjuster to bring that water flow down in that 40 outside so that my duckweed will grow again because I usually scoop it up by the handfuls and just
Yeah.
treat my goldfish, my shabumpkins.
Mabuna and goldfish.
Yeah,
African Mabuna and goldfish. They love it.
they love it. That's awesome. Seacom will tell me to email them. LOL. Yeah. Sometimes I like emails if as long as the problem's being solved back and forth. But if I have to wait days for you to get back to me, I'd rather have a phone call. Lee says, I was given some duckweed from a friend. I put it in the wrong tank. He gave it to me for my goldfish, but I put it in my tropical. David was not happy with me when I moaned at him. Oh, Jay was my first factory rep when we moved off for love. Skull says the background color changed some of the color of my fish. Okay, the background color. I've never had that happen.
No.
I've had them pop more. If I had blue,
Okay.
yeah, if I had a blue background, their colors brightened up. And Ramphonic says he uses safe. Uh, Talking about nice guys at some of these seek 'em, yep, at these manufacturers. Um, Prime was too expensive. Yeah, that was one of my problems too. API all the way. I've got so many API products. I need to become a sponsor. But when it comes to fish disease, you have any problems? What is your go-to for fish disease?
Um, Mostly the API products I use.
Do you
All the everything, the general cure, you name it.
do you use the
Everything
Melafix?
works. Huh? Melafix, Pimafix, they all. We use them a lot at work. I don't seem to get sick fish at home. I don't know why.
Well,
You know, I
you
I
keep
don't
your
even think I own a bottle of any kind of Melafix or Pimafix.
well, Rod's beta. At first, we had problems getting his 10-gallon cycled, and then when I took the guppies out to put the beta in, it went through another cycle, and I'm like, it wasn't fully cycled then. So
Yeah,
his beta got a couple spots of ick on it. So I told him raise the temperature, and I threw some Ick-X in there one time, one dose, and actually didn't redose it in 48 hours like it says on the bottle. I just dosed it that one time. He left the temperature up on 80 degrees, and I told him the next water change that he does to do some good gravel vacs to get
yeah,
the parasites out that may have sloughed off. But right now, the I got on the web and researched how can I help cycle an aquarium real quick. I took actually some of the water out of his 40-gallon and put it into the tin. And then I read where you could take some decoration out of a cycled aquarium and put it in there. So we took a couple of his Roman columns, you know,
yes,
and stuck them over there. And I mean, the very next day when he did a water test, he had some nitrates. I'm like, hallelujah.
yeah,
So, and I told him, don't over, he's got three little corridor in there also. So instead of feeding them a full wafer, I told him to go half wafer and don't leave any wafer sitting around the next morning because we didn't want an ammonia spike.
yeah,
So anyway, everything it was real cloudy, so now the water's clearing up and everything.
yeah. Well, that's the good thing about having extra tanks in your house. You know, you just take a sponge filter out of one and put it in the other, and
Yep. I only have one
start
sponge filter in his though.
starts them going. You know,
Yep.
or you can just take the any of the stuff that's in the back of the filter too. You can take that out.
Yeah.
I've done that to
I've done
start
that
another tank.
before.
You know,
Yep. And a lot of people think the beneficial bacteria is in the water column, but it's very little in the water column. It
real little.
because beneficial bacteria need surfaces to cling to and to breed on. Yep.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
am. And I'm only, I think most of my tanks in my fish room now, I have like 75 that are running just sponge filters. I have
Do you,
two, I have two Gemco air pumps, the linear air pumps,
yeah.
and they both do 80 to 100 airlines. So I have them both run in tandem together. So I can run up to 200 and 210, 220 airlines.
That's awesome. So you still do manual water changes?
Yes, I still do. I don't like central systems. I never did. I've been doing this since I was 11, so I'm 68 now, and
So
I
you just take a week and do one row or
do
one
one row.
rack or
Yeah,
whatever?
I actually do them all in one day. I just take 12 hours and do it all, get it all done. I run my, I have a 55-gallon barrel of RO water. I fill every weekend,
Okay.
and I do all the Caradina shrimp with that, and then the Neos I just do tap water.
Do you need RO water for Caradina?
Yes, I do. I mean, I didn't have it before, but it makes a world difference. I wouldn't do it without them. Without, and
I know.
I actually won a brand new, um, what was that? Reef Supply, Reef Supply store. They donated it to our auction one year, and I end up paying $75 for a 400 and some dollar because nobody bid on it but me and another guy, and he's dropped off after the second bid.
Wow.
So that was a blessing. Got that. So that's when I got
See
into
ya,
the
Keith.
RO. Yeah, yeah, bulk reef supply. I couldn't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
Zen Ginger. That's where I get a lot of my stuff from them.
That's cool. If I missed anything important, let me see. Koi angels will develop more orange tones with a dark background and dark substrates. Huh, that's nice. Keith Keith says I color change with too many beers. If you don't have any color in your tanks, will your fish become invisible? Lee says. Possible. Oh, the Zen Ginger. I switched from API for water treaters and testing and use Seacom, Fritz, and Sarah now for those, but I did use API fin and body recently, and it saved my, yeah, whatever,
Pygmy
pygmaeus.
core.
Is it
Yeah, pygmy
pygmaeus?
cories. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had two of them. I sold them. I had three, and I think the one of them passed away with the. I had them in the tank with my albinos. But anyway, I sold all of that. I'm down to two 40-gallon breeders and a 5-gallon red cherry shrimp tank. So, and then these three behind me, I've got guppies, mutt guppies in this tank, mutt guppies and two female blue-eyed lemon bristlenose plecos in this aquarium with that big ball of Java moss. And then the other tank that's behind my door has a colony of albino corridora in it. Beef, yeah. Let's
See
see.
my wife comment, huh? About me and my water changes.
That's a lot of fun when he does that. I was wondering if,
I try to do it when she's out. Like if she goes to, like she'll work on Saturdays at where I work at the fish store. So she'll go there and work, and while she's out, I'll get 90% of it done.
yeah, I thought maybe she was waiting on you with sandwich and soup or something.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's a good long day of water changes.
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding when you get through, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You sit back and you're like, okay, we're good till the next time.
Yeah. I try to do the shrimp every 2 weeks, and my fish I usually just do once a month, and I'll do a 50% water change in all.
So, what fish do you have?
Well, I'm starting to get a lot of guppies. I never had them before, so I've been breeding a lot of different Endler live bearers, the Endler guppies. And like I said, I had the Limias, a lot of them. I have Gadeids.
Yes.
And then I have a breeding pair of super red Placos. I have a super red male that got mated with a green dragon.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I can't wait to see these babies, right? Well, now they're like about an inch and a half, and they're all brown. Like,
They went back to their genetics, right?
yeah, I'm like,
Bummer.
so it happens, you know. So
Yeah, because you could get some calicos, right?
yes, that's what I was hoping for was the calicos, but I didn't get any. It's like,
Well, you're gonna have to play with the gene pool here
yeah,
now.
I'm gonna have to mess with it, see
Yeah,
how, you
put
know,
a daughter with the father and see what
yeah,
comes out.
see if that comes, you know.
Yep, yep.
But
Eh. But yeah,
and
it was disappointing just to have all brown.
I know I'm also breeding the L397 Placos too,
Okay.
and they're a challenge. You know, they want to breed and then they stop. They don't breed for a few months, no matter how many cold water changes I do, or you know,
Do
it's
you have to
just.
take the babies out?
I did the first time because I was surprised to see them, you know, and then they
Uh-huh.
had them again. They had like another 35 I left in there for a little bit, and then finally I just took them because I was
Mary
worried. Because I got,
Marianne's laughing at you.
of course she is. You know? She's my rock when it comes to the fish hobby, especially when we're at an auction and I'll bid on something, and then she'll be like, "Well, how bad do you want that?" And I'm like, "Let's not go too far." And she'll just keep her hand up, and everybody in the room knows not to bid against her because you know.
When
But I
she's
had to
got her
stop
hand
her
up.
the one day because my buddy Clay, he wanted these pair of fish, and so did I, and they were Limias too.
Uh-huh.
And she's up to like $50, and I'm like, stop, that's enough. That's too high for a pair of live bears, you know. But they were rare, you know. They're extinct in the wild.
Yes.
So, but you know, I was like, nah, we'll
So,
stop.
so at your fish club, do you all participate in the CARES program or the breeders program?
We don't. They don't have it here. You know, I
Okay.
joined this club about, I guess, 4 years ago, and we're trying to get everything implemented. They weren't even a not for profit and all that. So we just recently got our non for profit and all going. So that's the next thing we're talking about, like bowl shows and all kinds of breeders award programs and getting that started up. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, Lee says that female guppies are born pregnant. I love them. They are the
oh
fish
yeah,
kind of
I
rabbits.
just,
And then he says they're not really born pregnant, but you would think they are. Yep.
yeah. I have a 60 breeder, and in that tank is where I have my 14 L397s, and I threw a bunch of different guppies, and now it's a mutt guppy tank, and you look in and all you see is babies and juveniles and adults, and it's just they just don't stop. You know?
Yep, they don't. I
Now,
I've got a mixture of endlers and feeder guppy and lyre tail, and a lot of the color has bred out of mine to where they're almost see-through grass guppies,
right?
but every once in a while I'll get a real pretty orange tail and everything, but nothing matches. The dorsal doesn't match the the
Yeah.
caudal fin or nothing.
Well, I got a shipment in of guppies from Czechoslovakia the other day,
Oh wow.
and these guppies were like almost 2 inches long. The females were all loaded with fry. It's like,
Wow.
so they just started breeding. So I'm hoping they
What
keep going.
color are they?
They're the full red albino.
Oh wow.
They're really gorgeous. So
They like your water right now?
yes, so far, you know, knock on wood, nothing's
Yes.
haven't lost any, you know.
Good, good.
And I got like I think I brought home like 8 pairs of them. So, and then I also got in Montezuma swords, and then I got in these Hellerai swordtails that were from some collection point, a Topco, I think it was called, or I can't remember the name of it. But so they're a special breed of green swordtails. They have orange in the top fin and orange in the tails and stuff. They look really great. I got like a dozen of them. I got 2 males and 8 females. So I'm hoping to breed them because they're all pretty good size. They come in as adults. So
That's good. That's good.
yeah, that's a good thing about my buddy. He's, you know, he delivers to our store, and whenever he does, I'll get his list, and I'll be able to order stuff from it. So, and I do that for our club too.
That's awesome. Well,
I give everybody 20% off, and they put in an order of fish, and then I deliver them to the club meetings once a month.
that's very nice. It
Yeah,
really
I do
is.
that for everything, for even for anything they need as far as the medicines or foods or anything like that.
Okay. Well, we're going to be wrapping this up here in about three
Yeah,
minutes. So
right.
this I thank God for you, Ed, because I needed that extra push tonight, and I'm glad you were willing to come on with me to help give me
Anytime.
some energy and some talk, some interaction instead of me being so boring. And
I think the last time I was on, that's when I started getting sick. So
yeah,
it's
well,
been a
that's not
while.
allowed.
No, no
Okay,
more.
no more, no more. You're
I
feeling
mean,
good.
I went from playing basketball, full court basketball with 30-year-olds, and I'm 68 when I was 62, and to just drop off like that, it was like weird. Like it's not me. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
It's that
but
B12. That
have you
B12
found
messed you up.
the B12? Have you found some kind of activity to help?
No, I'm
You
too busy at work and coming home, and then I'm in the fish room, and
so
just
you're on your feet
I'm
at
on my
work.
feet all day long at work. So
Well, that's activity. It sure is. More energy, more footwork, more energy, more footwork.
yeah,
That's what Jesse says. But I appreciate you being my special guest tonight, and
I
y'all
appreciate being here. Thank
look
you.
for him to launch his store on his website. And if somebody would post the website again, I already closed it, but it's Fishwife's Fishroom .com.
Fishwifesfishroom.com. Yep.
.com. He already has the website active, but the store's not active.
Yeah.
So you will be shipping fish?
Yes. I've been
Great.
shipping stuff since I was like, God, probably 30 years now.
All right. All right. I
Yeah.
might get me something else in my 40. I love gold barbs. So if you get any gold barbs, let me know.
Okay. I'll get some at the store and then I'll bring them home.
Yeah, I've got them. They're already full grown,
Really?
4 and 5 inches. I have 5 of them. I think it's 4 females and 1 male, so they haven't bred or anything. Um, but I've got those melon barbs. I've got to catch and get them out because they just leave everything havoc.
Yeah.
Because when they go to spawning, they tear the tank up.
Yeah.
They're
Well, we'll
scary.
chat about how to breed the barbs because I've
Yeah.
bred a few different ones, Odessa barbs and stuff. So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll chat about that and get it going.
yeah.
But I appreciate you. I thank everyone who came into the live stream tonight, all of your input. Skull is sharing your link again, fishwifesfishroom.com. And don't forget to check out everythingaquatic.net. She's got a spring sale going on till the end of April, so get your orders in ASAP to be able to benefit from those sale prices. And again, thank you, Ed, for being with us tonight. God bless you all.
Thank
This
you
is
for having me.
Susan for SLC Aquatics and Ed at Ed's Picking Up Cichlids. Y'all be blessed.
Yeah. God bless you.
God bless.